WandaVision Episode 5 is out, ladies and gentlemen, and the Luke Skywalker cameo that Elizabeth Olsen revealed a couple of days ago just happened in that episode at the very ending, and it is none other than Quicksilver. Yep, Quicksilver is back. Her brother is back from the dead, but to put a crazy twist on it, it's not the Pietro from the MCU. The Pietro that died in the Age of Ultron. No, it's Evan Peters' Quicksilver, which is from the X-Men universe. What's up, guys? Hope you're having fun today, and wow, what a shocking episode. Episode 5 just set up WandaVision to a new tier level, and all we can go from here is honestly just up. The magnitude of how the Marvel universe has shifted series and movies, it's just unrivaled. Other TV shows need to step up their game because WandaVision just changed it, just changed the game completely. So the episode itself was great. It started off again slow, but as the episode went on, Vision just couldn't help but notice the glitches in the Matrix, so to speak, in the Wanda world. Taking off his co-worker from the spell of Wanda is one of those things that we see Vision be haunted by throughout the episode, and I didn't think he will confront Wanda about this, but he went on to do exactly that. He told Wanda about everything and even about the suffering of these people, but it seems that throughout the episode, Wanda just does not care. She has constructed this new world with her husband and kids, and she just won't relent. So a lot of theories are coming in that this is not all we are supposed to see. By the finale, we will get to see who is really controlling Wanda, or at the very least manipulating her. This is where the Mephisto theories of course come in, but we're going to talk about that in a different video. At the very end, while Wanda is trying to reason with Vision, the doorbell rings. And the very interesting part before we go to who's behind the door, she swears to Vision that she did not manifest that somebody's at the door by themselves. A quick thing to note here for future episodes. So Wanda goes on to open the door, and it is none other than her brother, her long-lost brother Quicksilver, as he not only makes fun of the setting but also of Vision, calling him a popsicle. This is weird because Wanda just told her kids that some things are final. When things die, they cannot be brought back to life, referring to, of course, their dog Sparky, who just died. Many fans ask, well, she is actually, in fact, lying to the kids just for their own sake, but not really. If you think about it, Vision is not a living human being. He is connected to Wanda through the Mind Stone. So let's say for the sake of argument that we know for sure someone else is controlling this and manipulating Wanda into thinking that she is actually in control. Many have speculated this is of course Mephisto, but they brought back Pietro as Evan from the multiverse. People who are dead stay dead. That's what Wanda said in this episode and confirmed it in canon. So the MCU Pietro would not come back since he is dead, but the X-Men Pietro is still there. So as we've seen from the WandaVision series itself, especially this episode, so this is the 80s. If they brought back 2023 Pietro, he would be 60, coinciding with the year that Spider-Man Far From Home, which is one of the last MCU movies that we saw. That is the year approximately of when it could be. So he would be very old, 60 years old, but bringing back Pietro from the 80s, now that is why this works, because 80s Pietro came back into an 80s sitcom. Time is relevant to the show and the multiverse itself, no different than taking a piece out as the Ancient One told Bruce Banner. This of course has something to do with Doctor Strange as well. Doctor Strange has this time stone into the multiverse. He figures into this. The multiverses have to do with time as well. If the Tesseract, like the Space Stone, was in, remember time is different. The three stones at work right now are space, mind, and time. If you remember, the Space Stone is what allowed Thanos to teleport wherever he wanted in the universe. Thus, the Space Stone and the Time Stone brought Evan here because the Mind Stone wanted it. There's a whole bunch of speculation, of course, about Quicksilver that we are still not aware of. We cannot fully speak to that without knowing every little detail, but this finale was just perfect and magnanimous. It was one of the greatest things to happen in the MCU, really, and WandaVision, as I said, is just changing the game when it comes to TV series. I saw a lot of people complaining and asking why Wanda went from this powerful person in the galaxy to a housewife doing small magic tricks, but you have to stick around and watch all these episodes. The ones who complained back then from episode 1 and 2, well, look at them now. Remember, everything Marvel does is for a reason. Kevin Feige, if he is involved anymore, they know what they're paving their way into. And this series isn't an exception. The sitcom style lures you into a sense of security, and then something happens in every episode that reminds you this is just a sitcom. There's more to it, which leaves you guessing what's going to happen in the next episode, and eventually it's going to get darker and darker by the minute. Don't forget, we've already seen our first taste of horror in episode 4, which brings back the exploration of horror that Marvel wants to dive into with the new movies coming on, especially with Doctor Strange 2. Lastly, what did you guys think about this episode as well? Talk to me down below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up down below, subscribe for dailies. Now you can have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next episode.